Welcome to day 23 where we are talking about the AWS tutorial and we are specifically going to talk about the AWS Route 53 here. So Route 53 is one of the AWS services where we used to maintain the records and that defines how to route traffic to any particular domain and its subdomain. Mainly, the Route 53 contains two kind of your hosted zones. One is called as public hosted zone and second one is called as private hosted zones. In the public hosted zones, we define that how our traffic will be routed to the internet itself. While in the private, we define that how records or the traffic will be routed within one VPC, correct, or the within multiple VPC. So as you can see, the domain as well in the public hosted zone, we define this kind of URLs application1.mypublicdomain.com. While in the private hosted zone, we define the URLs like the company.internal. That kind of domain we used to put that. While talking about the pictorial presentation of this, you can see here is the client and the client is making a request example.com and that is going to your public hosted zone and that IP is getting converted according to the domain and then the request is coming to the VPC and then subsequently to the load balancer and to the other AWS services based on the requirement. While for the private hosted zone, all the requests which are the internal to the VPC itself, though these are being redirected to the different either the virtual servers or the DB instances. Correct. So these are the basic differences between these two kind of hosted zones, public and the private one. Now talking about the records, which kind of record we can create in the Route 53, there are mainly for multiple types of records that we can create, 6 to 7. But we will be specifically talking about the CNAME A record, 4 times A and TXT, that kind of records. CNAME, basically we used to create it for mapping one domain with another domain. Like if you have abc.com and you want that your abc.com should get redirected to xyz.com and then to your VPC. So for that kind of record, you can create the CNAME. Mainly we used to create it for the I do have one application endpoint I called as abc.com and then I want to move it to the load balancer. So load balancer record also ends with the .com, correct, Amazon AWS.com. So that mapping can be done with the help of CNAME. While if you want to map your DNS abc.com with any of the IP address of the virtual server, for that you can create a record and subsequently for other records as well. Here you can see the pictorial diagram of that as well. You can create the record name. You can pass in all the values out of the options which are in the drop down, and then you can create your records. Now let's talk about the one of the important property of this Route 53, that is your region level failover. So while we create this CNAME record or other records which are mentioned over here, or even you can see in the diagram itself. So while creating the records, you have the options to select the policy as well. Why this region level failover is required? Just suppose that by any chance your one of the region goes down, your server goes down, and so you have to do the DR activity or you have to keep your business running, correct? So you cannot afford that business going down and your application also going down. So for that scenario, you can use this region level failover concept. Here what we do, if you have the your one server in one region, you can deploy another server in the another region. As you can see in the diagram itself, for the example.com, which is the traffic is coming to the AWS Route 53, and from there it's going to the two of the EC2 instances. One is in the region 1 and second one is in the region 2. If you see the next presentation, you see that region 1 server has gone down, correct? If you can see, the health check is in the red mode, correct? So that means the region 1 EC2 instance is now down. So the moment it will find out that the region 1 EC2 instance is down, the Route 53 will not send the traffic to the region 1. It will now start redirecting all the traffic to the region 2, and your application or your business will never go down in that case, correct? So this will be one of the helpful property of the Route 53, that for this what you will have to do while creating your records, that we talked about the CNAME or other records, you will have to just pass this details, the policy. For the primary, you will be selecting the primary, and for the other, you will be selecting the failover policy. that will be created as a second. There will be mentioning the IP address or the other DNS. Correct. So this is what all we wanted to cover in the AWS Route 53. We will meet in the next video with another content on the probably on the CIDR and the Amazon S3 buckets that we will be discussing on. So till the time, thank you, and stay tuned and subscribe to the channel to watch out the more technical content. Thank you.